I was outcast in class. First half of secondary school was just me versus like 39 other students, and it was like very heartbreaking. One time when it was raining heavily, and literally people were going out in pairs and sharing umbrellas. No one wanted to share an umbrella with me, and I remember just walking home in the rain feeling so terrible. It's just like a feeling of being completely alone. It feels like no one will actually come and help you, even if you're struggling. I started doing self-harm when I was term 1, term 2 of secondary 1. Then I would take pictures, and I realized that it was sort of eating me out from the inside. I showed my parents the pictures, and it's very, very it's etched into my mind. My mom took out her metal pot and then she started hitting me. Yeah. And my dad was sort of disappointed. He just walked out. Honestly, I didn't expect any better. My parents weren't exactly very good at understanding mental emotions. I mean, they also have struggled similarly, but they were just told to don't cry, just suck it up. And they also did the same to me. I just felt numb because I didn't expect anything better. My parents sent a message to my teachers, and then my teachers set me up for counselling. Initially, they did help because the counsellor would hear me, but then towards the end of Sec 1, right, we had this courses during school for learning how to solve fights between your friends and classmates. And there were 10 phrases on the booklets which said, I feel you, or I hear you, etc., etc. And after that, I went to my counselling session, and she was like, I feel you. I was like, oh my God, I know your tactics. It was very obvious that the entire thing was, the way she was speaking to me was not exactly in a way that she understood me, but more it was scripted. And I had also talked to my counsellor about how my parents were creating more stress towards me. I was talking about certain texts I had received from my classmates and stuff. And I also talked about how the teachers weren't exactly very helpful for me. So all that I talked, right, she actually told my parents about it, and my parents got very defensive and angry. And then she also told my teachers about the text messages and stuff. And then my teachers pulled me aside and forced me to show them. And then the entire class got punished and stuff. And then after the teachers left, those involved started shouting at me. So when she did that, it felt straight up like betrayal.
How did you cope then?
I met my best friend. Yeah, we bonded over our love for comics. And then we started talking. I talked to her about how I was lonely. She introduced me to her 2 friends, who are also my best friends now. And yeah, so after that, it's she got my back. One time, the bullying in class actually reduced me to tears, and she essentially sent me out the back door and then started scolding the class for doing that to me. Essentially, those 3 people are part of the reason why I was able to get through that times.
Do you still practice self-harm?
Not anymore. So I decided to just go ahead and lose my knife. So even if I wanted to self-harm, I had nothing to self-harm with. When so many people tell you that they care for you, you don't want to end up hurting yourself, because you're worth it. So I decided that there's no other reason for me to self-harm anymore.
And something we also talked about was the suicide prevention kit.
Yes, I created it on a whim sort of thing. Every time something good happens, I pick something that is related to the memory, put it in a Ziploc bag or something, and then also put it in the shoebox. Whenever I'm having a really, really tough time, I want to commit suicide or something, I will open up that shoebox and then start browsing through all the memories. Come on, you've gone through so much, so why give up now sort of thing. My parents are way more understanding now. Maybe most of our parents are that way, but they simply can't help it because they've never been taught to even look at their own emotions. Yeah, I feel that my journey wouldn't have been so hard or as tough as it was and as long as it was if I was receiving professional help. But I somehow managed to like pull through it. I do think I will be seeking help when I'm older and I have my own funds to seek help. I don't know how long it'll take for me to open up because getting betrayed by a counselor sort of does something to you. But I'm definitely planning on seeking help.